Hey, have you ever looked at a do not enter sign and just thought, man, I wonder what's back there? It's like our brains are hardwired to be curious about the one place we're told not to go. It's the ultimate challenge, right? The mystery, the unknown, it just pulls you in. We all have that little voice in our head that wants to peek behind the curtain to see what secrets are being kept from us, but here's the crazy part. Sometimes that do not enter sign isn't just a suggestion, it's a warning. These forbidden places aren't just off limits because of some boring legal reason. No, some of these places will literally kill you. I'm talking about places so dangerous, so terrifying that going there is a one-way ticket. We're talking about invisible radiation that will cook you from the inside out, islands swarming with thousands of deadly snakes, and secret government bases that will shoot on sight. The danger is real, and the consequences are permanent. It's one thing to be curious, but it's another thing to walk into a death trap. So today, we're going on an insane adventure to the most forbidden, most dangerous, and most terrifying places on the entire planet. But don't worry, you can watch safely from your screen while I show you everything. We're going to count down the top 10 places you should never, ever visit. I'm going to show you exactly why these places are locked down and what happens to people who are crazy enough to ignore the warnings. Let's do this. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a place that looks like paradise but hides a deadly secret, the Haiku Stairs in Hawaii, also known as the Stairway to Heaven. Just look at these shots. It's a breathtaking metal staircase with 3,922 steps, climbing straight up a mountain ridge on the island of Oahu. It looks like something out of a movie, a pathway leading directly into the clouds. The views are absolutely insane, and you can see why thrill seekers and Instagrammers are dying to climb it. But that's the problem, they are literally dying. The stairs were originally built by the US Navy during World War II to access a top-secret radio station, but after decades of neglect, the stairs are now a rusty, unstable death trap. They're rickety, parts of the railing are missing, and one wrong step could send you plummeting thousands of feet down the sheer cliff face. The weather up there is also incredibly unpredictable. One minute it's sunny, the next you're in a blinding fog with slippery, rain-soaked steps. It's a perfect recipe for disaster, and the local authorities have had enough. This isn't just hype, people have been seriously injured and even died here. Tragically, a hiker named Den Pua fell to his death, a devastating reminder of how dangerous this climb is. Because of the constant need for rescues and the sheer danger, the stairs are now completely illegal to climb. There are guards, no trespassing signs everywhere, and you can get hit with a $1,000 fine. In fact, they're in the process of completely removing the stairs for good, so while it looks like heaven, this stairway is a forbidden path you should never take. Alright, for number 9, we're heading to a place that sounds like it's straight out of your worst nightmare. This is Ilha de Queimada Grande, but you probably know it by its much scarier name, Snake Island. It's a small island off the coast of Brazil, and it is absolutely forbidden to visit. Why? Because it is crawling, and I mean crawling, with snakes. We're not talking about a few harmless garden snakes here. This island has the highest concentration of venomous snakes anywhere in the world. Experts estimate there is at least one deadly snake for every single square meter of the island. Think about that. Every step you take, you are within striking distance of a snake that can kill you. And the main resident here is the golden lancehead viper, one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. Its venom is so potent it can melt human flesh and kill you in under an hour. There is no escape, and no hospital is close enough to save you. The Brazilian government has made it completely illegal for anyone to set foot on the island, with the only exception being a few carefully selected scientists who have to get special permission. There are so many terrifying local legends about this place, like the story of a fisherman who unknowingly landed on the island for bananas and was found days later in his boat, dead in a pool of his own blood, covered in snake bites. Or the family of the lighthouse keeper who were all killed by vipers that slithered in through their windows. This isn't a tourist spot, it's nature's very own execution chamber. Coming in at number 8 is probably the most famous forbidden place in the world, Area 51. This place is so secret the US government didn't even admit it existed until 2013. Located deep in the Nevada desert, this top-secret military base is the subject of endless conspiracy theories. Aliens, UFOs, reverse-engineered alien technology, secret experimental aircraft, you name it, someone has claimed it's hidden behind the fences of Area 51. The level of secrecy here is absolutely insane. The base is protected by a massive restricted airspace, motion sensors, cameras, and guards in white trucks patrolling the perimeter 24/7. These aren't your average security guards either. They are authorized to use deadly force. There are signs all over the border of the property explicitly warning that lethal force is authorized against anyone who trespasses. They are not messing around. People have tried to get close, and they are always intercepted immediately, sometimes at gunpoint. So what are they hiding? The official story is that it's a test site for advanced and experimental aircraft, like the U-2 spy plane, and the F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. But the extreme secrecy fuels the belief that there's something more. Whether it's aliens, or just top-secret military tech, the truth is, we'll probably never know. The one thing that is certain is that Area 51 is one of the most heavily guarded and impenetrable places on Earth, and trying to get inside is a very, very bad idea. Number 7 takes us under the sea to a place of breathtaking beauty and honestly, terrifying danger. The Blue Hole in Dahab, Egypt. From the surface, it looks like a perfect circle of deep blue water, surrounded by the vibrant coral of the Red Sea. It's, a bucket list destination for divers all over the world. But beneath this beautiful surface lies a feature that has earned it the chilling nickname, the Diver's Graveyard. It's a submarine sinkhole, over 400 feet deep, but the real killer is a horizontal tunnel known as the Arch. The Arch is an 85-foot-long tunnel that connects the Blue Hole to the open sea, but its entrance is located at a treacherous depth of about 170 feet. This is far below the recreational diving limit of 130 feet. At these depths, divers can experience nitrogen narcosis, a dangerous condition that impairs judgment and, well, has been compared to being drunk. Divers become disoriented, confused, and can miss the entrance to the Arch entirely, continuing to descend into the abyss until it's too late. The walls surrounding the Blue Hole are, sadly, lined with memorial plaques for the divers who have lost their lives here. A somber reminder of the risks. It's estimated that over 200 divers have perished in the Blue Hole, many of whom were experienced but pushed their limits too far. They were lured in by the challenge and the beauty, but were ultimately claimed by the deep. Despite the warnings and the tragic history, divers still attempt to conquer the Arch, making this one of the deadliest dive sites on the planet. At number 6, we have a place that is forbidden for a completely different reason. It's not protected by radiation or military guards, but by its inhabitants. This is North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal. This small forested island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world. They have lived in complete isolation for an estimated 60,000 years, rejecting all contact with the outside world. And when I say they reject contact, I mean they will kill anyone who tries to approach. The Sentinelese are known to be incredibly hostile to outsiders. They greet any approaching boats or helicopters with a volley of arrows and spears. They don't want our technology, our help, or our civilization. They want to be left alone, and honestly, because they've been so isolated, they have no immunity to common diseases like the flu or measles. A simple cold could wipe out their entire population. The Indian government has made it illegal to go within 3 miles of the island, both to protect outsiders from the Sentinelese, and to protect the Sentinelese from us. The danger is not theoretical. In 2006, 2 fishermen whose boat drifted onto the island were killed. More recently, in 2018, an American missionary named John Allen Chow illegally went to the island to try and convert the tribe. He was met with a flurry of arrows and was killed. His body was never recovered. This is a stark reminder that uncontacted means do not contact. Coming in at number 5 is a name that, well, sends a shiver down everyone's spine. I Owankwai Sensaber 10. Chernobyl. In 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine suffered a catastrophic meltdown, the worst nuclear disaster in history. The explosion released 400 times more radiation than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. This invisible poison spread across the region, forcing the evacuation of over 100,000 people from the city of Pripyat and surrounding areas. Today, the area around the plant is known as the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, a 1,000 square mile restricted area. While some parts have seen radiation levels drop, many areas, especially near the reactor itself, are still dangerously radioactive. These are called hotspots, where just a few hours of exposure can deliver a lethal dose of radiation. The radioactive particles have settled into the soil, the trees and the buildings, and they will remain there for thousands of years. The city of Pripyat is a terrifying ghost town, frozen in time. Schools are filled with dusty textbooks and gas masks. An amusement park with its iconic Ferris wheel stands silent and rusting, and homes are still filled with the abandoned belongings of families who thought they were only leaving for a few days. While a few extreme tourists do visit with special permits and guides with Geiger counters, it's a place where an invisible enemy still lingers, a permanent and deadly reminder of humanity's biggest mistake. For number 4, we're traveling to the Venetian Lagoon in Italy, to an island with a history so dark, it's considered one of the most haunted places on Earth. This is Poveglia Island. It's completely abandoned and strictly off-limits to the public. The Italian government forbids anyone from visiting, and local fishermen won't even go near it for fear that it's cursed. And when you hear its history, you'll understand why. Its dark story begins during the Roman Empire when it was used to isolate plague victims. But it got much worse during the Black Death. Thousands of sick and dying people were forcibly shipped to Poveglia and left to die. When they ran out of room, they started burning the bodies in giant pits. It's said that the soil of the island is 50% human ash. Historians estimate that over 160,000 people died on this tiny island. It was literally a plague quarantine pit. But the horror doesn't stop there. In the 1920s, a mental hospital was built on the island. The legend says the head doctor was a sadistic man who tortured and performed twisted experiments on his patients, like lobotomies with hammers and chisels. He was supposedly driven mad by the ghosts of the plague victims and eventually threw himself from the hospital's bell tower. Today, the island is a ruin of decaying buildings and mass graves, and people who have snuck onto the island report hearing screams, seeing shadowy figures, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. At number 3, we have a modern-day tragedy that created another nuclear wasteland, the Fukushima exclusion zone in Japan. In 2011, a massive 9.0 magnitude earthquake triggered a devastating tsunami that slammed into the coast of Japan. The wave, which was over 40 feet high, totally overwhelmed the sea walls of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, causing a cooling system failure and a triple nuclear meltdown. It was honestly the most severe nuclear accident since Chernobyl. In the aftermath, the Japanese government established a massive exclusion zone, evacuating over 150,000 residents from their homes. Entire towns like Okuma and Futaba were abandoned overnight, becoming silent, radioactive ghost towns. Just like in Pripyat, everything was left behind. Cars sit in driveways, groceries are still on store shelves, and traffic lights cycle from red to green for empty streets. It's a surreal and honestly, heartbreaking sight, a world without people. Even today, years after the disaster, many areas within the zone are still dangerously contaminated with radioactive materials like cesium-137. Decontamination efforts are a slow, massive, and ongoing undertaking. While some of the outer areas have been reopened, the core zone closest to the plant remains strictly forbidden. It is a stark and powerful reminder of the immense power of nature and the terrifying fragility of our own technology. It's a wound on the landscape and in the hearts of the people that will take generations to heal. Our number 2 pick is a place that's forbidden not because of death and danger, but for the exact opposite reason, to protect new life. This is Surtsey Island, located off the coast of Iceland. This island didn't even exist until 1963. It was born from a massive volcanic eruption that lasted for nearly 4 years. From the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, a brand new piece of land, a pristine island, was created right before the world's eyes. It was an incredible geological event. Scientists immediately recognized this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, how often do you get to see a brand new, completely sterile piece of land and watch how life begins to colonize it from scratch? Surtsey became a perfect, natural laboratory. To keep it that way, it was declared a nature reserve and made completely off-limits to the public. The only humans ever allowed to set foot on Surtsey are a handful of carefully vetted scientists. These scientists have to follow incredibly strict rules to avoid contaminating the island. Before they arrive, they have to be thoroughly checked to make sure they aren't carrying any seeds or foreign organisms on their clothes or equipment. The goal is to observe how life arrives naturally, carried by wind, waves, and birds. They've watched the first mosses and lichens grow, the first insects arrive, and the first birds, like puffins and fulmars, begin to nest. It's a priceless experiment, a window into how ecosystems are born, and it's forbidden to us so that science can learn its secrets. Ansuforti! And the #1 most forbidden place you can never visit is a place shrouded in secrecy, conspiracy, and power: Bohemian Grove. This isn't an island of snakes or a radioactive wasteland. This is a 2,700-acre campground hidden in the redwood forests of Monte Rio, California. But it's not for your average family camping trip. This is the exclusive, ultra-private retreat for the Bohemian Club, a men's-only club whose membership list includes some of the most powerful people in the world. Every July for 2 weeks, the Grove hosts a gathering of US presidents, world leaders, high-ranking military officials, and CEOs of the biggest corporations. What do they do there? That's the secret. Officially, it's a chance for the elite to escape the frontier culture and enjoy nature, with plays and concerts. But the secrecy has fueled endless conspiracy theories. The most famous is that major political and business deals are made here far from public view. The Manhattan Project, which developed the atomic bomb, was supposedly conceived here in 1942. Getting in is impossible. The Grove is surrounded by high-tech security, guards, and a culture of absolute silence. The club's motto is, "Weaving spiders come not here," meaning business and outside concerns are to be left at the gate, though many doubt that's true. The most infamous part is the opening cremation of care ceremony, where members in robes burn a human-like effigy before a 40-foot owl statue, a bizarre ritual that has only been seen through secretly recorded footage. It's a place where the world's elite gather in secret, and what happens in the Grove stays in the Grove. So there you have it, the 10 most forbidden places on Earth, from radioactive wastelands and snake-infested islands to the secret playgrounds of the rich and powerful. It's absolutely wild to think about what's hidden behind those "do not enter" signs. That curiosity we talked about at the beginning, it's a powerful thing. It drives us to explore and discover. But as we've seen today, some doors are closed for a very, very good reason, whether it's to protect us from the place, or to protect the place from us. The world is a massive, incredible place filled with wonders to see and adventures to be had. There are countless mountains to climb and oceans to dive that won't kill you. Exploring is one of the best parts of being human, but it's so important to do it safely, and to respect the boundaries that are put in place. These stories are a chilling reminder that some lines just shouldn't be crossed, and some mysteries are better left unsolved for our own safety. Thanks for coming on this insane journey with me today. I want to know what you guys think. Which of these forbidden places surprised you the most? For me, it has to be Snake Island. 1 snake per square meter is just crazy. Drop a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Stay curious, but stay safe out there.